Hello, this is our late night review.
Yeah.
Depends when the
Very light night.
So we saw Blue Beetle. We have L to the C with us as well.
But he's not on camera for obvious reasons.
Hello guys, it's D to the B. I was thinking about doing this video yesterday. I'm basically going to be discussing the life that me and Full Metal Dipper had, like how we met and how it ended. So let's start off from the beginning. So my friend L to the C had mentioned a friend named Alex, which sounded very intriguing. I finally got to meet Alex in 2017, where we were going to see Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and we honestly had a blast after we watched the movie. We hung out at L to the C's for a bit, or we got dropped off, I can't remember. And we wouldn't see each other for a while, until it came to the first Monster Jam hangout, that has a video. And we were just doing a bunch of things during the Monster Jam hangout. We worked on why Fortnite sucks video, or why I don't like this Fortnite. And it was Full Metal Dipper / Alex's first time on the channel. And then he also guest appeared in a film, the very first film, which is a scrapped film, which is only exclusive on my second YouTube channel, D to the B Studios. Unicron, The Last Transformer Story. He made a cameo in that. And when we were doing his scene, L to the C would not stop laughing. I showed you the clip in my tribute video, but it's basic. Actually, I'm going to play it right here. Play clip. Autobots, me and the others have returned from our mission to find the source of Unicron.
So, Prime, did you find anything?
Yeah, Prime, did you find anything?
No. Yeah, we had a great time working on this thing. And then we would do a couple hangouts here and there. I can't remember what came after Monster Jam, but we did a couple hangouts. Then 2020 happened, where everything fell to you-know-what. Mostly me and Full Metal Dipper did Zoom calls. We occasionally had L to the C there and some other friends. And we would just have a blast chatting. Of course, we couldn't see each other in person because reasons. Then we finally got to hang out again. We still had to do Zoom calls here and there, but as things started to dial down a bit, we did Monster Jam again. No, I'm thinking wrong. Let me think. Trying to think. Oh, there was another time that I was going to hang out with Full Metal Dipper and L to the C, but things didn't fall through and I ended up catching the flu. So yeah, unfortunately that was an event I missed, unfortunately, because why not? We would have occasional Zoom meetings as well in 2021 because, if I'm not mistaken, L to the C was in a whole different area and Full Metal Dipper was in the same state as me, but he was a bit further on, and we would have Zoom calls just talking to each other. And in one of the Zoom calls we made, I was discussing future show projects because I needed something besides the D to the B superhero universe. And Full Metal Dipper brought up a point. He said, why not the Autism Wars series? Which, if you're not familiar, I know you know it as the stop motion series that it is today, but it wasn't always that way. It was a comic series for a while. And Full Metal Dipper really liked the story, and he said, why not a series on that? Before, I was considering a series on that franchise. It's not my greatest franchise, I will admit. I think the D2B superhero universe is better in some ways. I've grown to like the Autism Wars series, but yeah. Originally, I thought they weren't for it, but then Full Metal Dipper's like, why not the Autism Wars series? So, in my last years of high school, I started developing the concepts of the Autism Wars series, and if I'm not mistaken, the first season came out, which Full Metal Dipper had a voicing role, his own character, from the comics. And that was the beginning of that story. Oh, and also, another role he did, which was back in 2020, before things fell to you-know-what, he had voiced the role of Darth Vader. And he voiced Darth Vader in pretty much all the fan films, even the one that's in the works right now, Maul, Traitor of the Sith, which is going to be his last Star Wars project, which sucks. But I'll get into the projects that Full Metal Dipper will be in left in the end of the video. So then we did our Monster Jam hangout, which we basically did the exact same thing as the first one. We hung out, did stuff together, then went to sleep, then woke up early in the morning, and Full Metal Dipper and I were getting our videos prepped. Now yes, Full Metal Dipper was supposed to have a Monster Jam video, but unfortunately, his phone was having issues with downloading the stuff, so that video never ended up happening. I did try offering to help a few times to see if I can get it to work, but it didn't end up working. But then we got to me and Full Metal Dipper's next hangout. He told me that he had an apartment that he was a part of. So one day I went to visit with Full Metal Dipper because he also had an idea for a movie. And I'll probably get into that movie later. But continuing on, I went to his house, we did some writing, we relaxed for a bit, we ate supper together, then I headed off, and that was that. We had a few calls here and there. We eventually started working on Autism Wars Season 2, eventually, we made Season 2, then that whole movie making thing happened. Sorry, I'm getting all the events mixed up. I'm trying to remember the best I can. But I'm doing this for Full Metal Dipper. So then, later on, again, when I completed the script for the Autism Wars movie after I injured my leg, so yeah, that was a thing for a bit. I had a cast. It wasn't fun. When my foot was pretty much healed, I visited Full Metal Dipper again with the Autism Wars movie script. And we were going to voice stuff. We also had plans for an Inside Out review, but that didn't end up working. So, yeah, it was still a fun time. Me, Full Metal Dipper, and his roommate were watching both Thor and Iron Man 3. We were going to get Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, but then the TV had to tease us and gave us something else, so I don't know what the heck was up with that. Eventually, me and Full Metal Dipper got his lines done for the Autism Wars movie, which is currently one of the last projects that he participated in, but again, I'll get into that later. And then we got to our first hangout in a while. We went to see Fast and Furious 10. So, the funny thing was, I was catching up with the series, and when I got to 8, I was so done with the movie that I was calling Full Metal Dipper to help me out with the movie, because it was honestly that bad. I did not like Fast 8 at all. I thought it was dumb. And Full Metal Dipper and me were talking about the 8th movie and where we are right now. It was honestly kind of fun and kind of made the 8th movie worth watching because the 8th movie sucks. Controversial opinion, but I stick to that opinion. And then me and Full Metal Dipper, after I finished 9, were discussing how bad 9 was. Like, it was so bad. Cars in space. Cars in space, everyone. Remember that. Cars in space. It was so bad. Then it came to the day where we finally reviewed Fast 10. We watched it, we liked it, and we did 2 separate reviews. We did one for L to the C, and we did one for me, because I'm awesome. So yeah. In L to the C's review, I had mentioned the comments that I had. The only Fast and Furious film that I didn't see was Hobbs and Shaw, and I mentioned that the reason that was the case was because I needed the time. I need some time to get away from that franchise, and also the movie Black Adam ruined The Rock for me for a while. It still technically does. I still have not had the courage to watch the Hobbs and Shaw. Granted, from one YouTuber that I've heard, it is garbage. But who knows, I might like it. I'm just taking my merry old time with watching Hobbs and Shaw because I just need a huge break from The Rock. The Rock in that movie just was really bad. The whole story was bad. But anyway, me and Full Metal Dipper mentioned that, and I was surprised because Full Metal Dipper actually agreed with me on Black Adam, because before the abomination known as Black Adam came out, L to the C and Full Metal Dipper were interested in the concept of the movie. I was still mid. I thought the movie looked boring, but I was willing to give it a shot if we were able to watch the movie, which we didn't. Oh yeah, and I forgot something. Last year in 2022, we went to see Jurassic World Dominion, and it was a blast. I still have critiques on it. Me and Full Metal Dipper, we're going to do a review on it. But like our Fallen Kingdom review, if you paid attention, we waited too long and the review ended up being late. So, yeah, unfortunately, the 2 bad things is we didn't finish the review and then the review was lost. So I can't even use the first couple of dialogue of our old review because it's gone. And then also at some point, I forgot to mention this, in 2021, if I'm not mistaken, 2022, me and Full Metal Dipper reviewed the original Buzz Lightyear of Star Command movie, and how we were saying it was an instant masterpiece. We were still optimistic about the movie Lightyear for some odd reason, even though we liked the older one. And then we went to see Lightyear with... I went to see Lightyear with Full Metal Dipper, L to the C, and that Kermit fangirl. And we watched the movie. That Kermit fangirl liked the movie, but me, L to the C, and Full Metal Dipper hated this movie. And the next day, we recorded our audio for our review. Yes, it's terrible audio, but unfortunately, it's all we could do at the time. LSD was telling me we should have had a hangout, but we did not have the time for that. It would take too long, and the anti-Lightyear crowd would have been gone by then. So we had to take what we got, even though that video didn't do well in views anyway. So continuing on back to the forward. Then after Fast 10, me and Full Metal Dipper did a couple things here and there. I eventually visited his apartment again. Oh wait, no, I already told that story. Silly me. So, me and Full Metal Dipper were working on some things. And his 1-year anniversary was coming up. He invited me and L to the C to participate in his first anniversary of Full Metal Dipper. Now, originally I thought it was going to be a video, but it wasn't. And conveniently at the same time, my last great grandparent had died at the same time. I ended up participating in my grandfather's funeral because they hadn't buried him yet. And then I went off to do the separate thing with Full Metal Dipper and L to the C because we had it planned ahead way before we found out about my last grandparent's death. And me and Full Metal Dipper did our hangout. L to the C stayed in. Me and Full Metal Dipper had the time of our lives. We did the bumper carts. We did the spray boats or whatever it is. Oh, we went to Action Territory. I forgot to mention that detail. We had a time of our blast. Then we ended off our Action Territory hangout with a game of golf, which me and Full Metal Dipper made a bid. And the bid was if Full Metal Dipper had lost the golf game, he would dye his hair, his beard actually, because I'm pretty sure he didn't have hair when we did that, like pink or something like that, to support like cancer victims, if I'm not mistaken. But take my words with a grain of salt. I'm trying to remember everything we did before his time came. So then we did the golf game. So he was gonna eat something that he claimed was disgusting and dye his hair pink. And then my bet was I was gonna color my hair, which I still haven't. I'll probably do it at some point to honor his name. Maybe. And the one promise that I kept to my heart, well, what I did was watch the Marvels. Yeah, by my dialogue, you can tell I lost. I lost the golf game, and Full Metal Dipper ended up being victorious. We went in, we had some snacks in Action Territory. Then L to the C's mom picked us up. We dropped him off, and then that was that. Later, we would invite Full Metal Dipper again, unless I'm getting the timeline wrong again, where me, Full Metal Dipper, and L to the C went to see Rise of the Beasts. A great Transformers movie. No, I'm joking, it's not perfect, but I definitely like it for what it is. Yes, there are some things that I wish they didn't do in the movie, but I have a whole review for that, so don't worry about that. So, we went to see Rise of the Beast for the second time. Me and L to the C had saw it first with our families, and me and L to the C enjoyed it. We decided I wanted to see Rise of the Beast again in theaters. L to the C did kind of push it a little bit as well. And we decided, why don't we invite Full Metal Dipper? So L to the C's mom was able to pick up Full Metal Dipper from his apartment because he didn't know how to drive yet. And then I went in, we left, then I think Full Metal Dipper stayed over at the house for a while because I was showing him our house. And Elvis already knew our house like that. Because before we were in an apartment, and yeah, it's a long story. So we watched Rise of the Beast, we hung out for a bit. Oh, wait, I forgot some stuff. There were also 2 times that Full Metal Dipper hung out at my apartment. And this was 2021, if I'm not mistaken. No, 2022. So, one of our hangouts, again, as I mentioned, me and Full Metal Dipper have reviewed Buzz Lightyear Star Command and also did his first dipping video, which was honestly a blast. I don't dip. Oh, if you're confused by the dip I'm talking about, it's not the chips and dip, it's the other one, which I'm not going to go into details because YouTube is, I don't know what YouTube considers, removing videos or blocking videos for anymore, because YouTube's gone so crazy. But anyway, continuing on, we also did another hangout where Full Metal Dipper came in, where me and him were doing the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness review. And also, the people have seen both mine and Full Metal Dipper's channel's videos of the One Chip Challenge video. So, we did the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness review, which I would edit later and then upload to YouTube. And then me, my mom, and Full Metal Dipper went to our local store that in the area we used to live when we were in the apartment. Got some chips. Full Metal Dipper actually had the chips that were supposed to be from the One Chip Challenge. His dad got them, but unfortunately he left them at his place. And yeah, that's basically how it went. So we got regular tortilla chips and then some hot sauce. And oh my gosh, thank goodness we didn't get the actual chips, because I was just in pain with the type of chip challenge we were doing. It was awful. And if you saw the video, I ended up losing. And then we go forward again. I know I've been going back and forth between the timelines, but some things I just keep forgetting, and I just want to make sure everything's in here. Then we, in 2022, 2023. I forgot. We saw another movie. No. This was our last movie of the year. I'm pretty sure, or it was last year. I've honestly lost track. At some point, nope, this was our next movie. We went to see Blue Beetle, which was a movie we were kind of optimistic for, but we were kind of worried about at the same time because modern politics has to ruin everything, including good movie franchises. So we went to see Blue Beetle, the last film we saw. And Blue Beetle was actually not that bad. Blue Beetle was surprisingly amazing. Yes, there are some things that do make me mad about the movie. I discussed them in my review. And Full Metal Dipper and I liked this movie. He ended up making a cameo in the beginning of the video. We would have done a review with all 3 of us, but we all had to go back to where we were. And yeah, that's about it. All right, now we're getting closer, but we're not there yet. So then we get to maybe September or October of this year. Full Metal Dipper and his roommate had somehow gotten bug bites in their room or their apartment. So they were quarantined for a bit. Full Metal Dipper was mentioning how bored he was. We were conveniently working on the Scooby-Doo movie and other stuff. So Full Metal Dipper, after the bug bite stuff, he called me and he said, since we have the time, why don't we write that movie that I wanted to do, which don't worry, I'm getting to that. We worked on his script for days. Like, every time I got out of work, me and Full Metal Dipper would work on that script. I'm not joking. We got really far with that script. We also voiced some projects ahead of time. Like, we did a Shaggy lines. We had lines for a Fin Man series. Yes, Fin Squad was supposed to have its own spin-off series from Autism Wars. We recorded like the first 4 episodes of the series because we wanted to start off with 4 episodes to see if people would watch it. Now I'm debating if I should make the Fin Squad series since it's only 4 episodes. I'm kind of leaning towards yes, even though it would just be 1 season. But I'm still proud of the progress we made. And then the Scooby-Doo, The Return of Mystery Inc. film had finally come out. And, of course, Full Metal Dipper liked it. He liked a lot of things that we did. And we were just working on our projects. The last thing me and Full Metal Dipper did, we did one more call to try to get the script finished. Or do more on the script at least. But unfortunately, I was called to dinner and I couldn't think of anything at the time because I was so exhausted. So we ended up ending the call. We had a couple text message chats here and there. Like, the last one we had was, I posted on my community post about the sad news of Transformers Reactivated being not at the Game Awards this year, and we have to wait a whole nother year for game information. He made the comments that we would have to make gameplays for both my channel and his channel when the game comes out, and that was the last time that Full Metal Dipper and I talked. And then we got to December 9th, which was really hard for me. I was hanging out with another friend at the time. It wasn't L to the C, it's a whole nother friend that me and him were hanging out, doing our own thing. But then I got home, and it was the most saddest news that I have ever expected. I had learned that Full Metal Dipper / Alex had passed away in his sleep the previous night before, and I just took it so hard. Like, it was honestly heartbreaking because I honestly considered Full Metal Dipper as family. He was a great friend. He was willing to do a lot of stuff, and he was gone, and it honestly hurt me really hard. Granted, it hurt L to the C a little bit more because L to the C knew him way longer than I did. I was in a state, I'm still technically in this state right now where I had no motivation. I wanted to cry. I just go back and forth between the two. I'm still in denial right now. I know it happened, but right now I'm still in denial. And I had put myself to the final task. I was going to finish all the projects that me and Full Metal Dipper did before he passed away. All the projects that he voiced. There was one project that we worked on that never got finished. And that was the scrapped film. So, let me explain the story of this film. So, Full Metal Dipper a while back told me that he wanted to write a series of his own. He was very much into horror, so he wanted to do something like that, but he kept saying his phone kept erasing the stuff he had for the horror series idea. I made the comment, if you have any ideas, just let me know and we could collab to make that thing possible. Then Full Metal Dipper wanted to make some movies. Copy the formula that me and Alta C did. And he used an early version of AI to create an idea. And that film is called Curse of the Richard Blade. Now, this film ended up going through some reworks because when Full Metal Dipper and I hung out to write the script, he mentioned he wanted it to connect to the Autism Wars universe. Basically a story that takes place after the Autism Wars have ended. It would have been a kind of horror story about Finn Man and Evan going through an adventure trying to get this blade, which was the thing that me and Full Metal Dipper were working on when his house was infested by bedbugs. And it ended up never getting finished. At the moment, I do not plan to finish the script because I feel right now it would be a huge betrayal to finish the script and get some other guy to voice Full Metal Dipper. I thought would be a disgrace. It might happen. I might adaptate the script. I might finish it just in his name. But at the moment, it's just too hard. And I was so mad at myself for not doing enough work with the script on our last call. I was mad at myself. I'm still mad at myself. And what we wrote so far, Full Metal Dipper had approved. He would probably approve the stuff that I wrote if I decide to finish it, but it's just too heartbreaking right now where I don't think I'm going to finish it. And it's going to be hard to replace Full Metal Dipper's character or his actor since Full Metal Dipper had passed on. It's just too hard of a concept to think of. It's really sad. I printed the script as soon as I heard Full Metal Dipper had passed on. Of course, at the same time, just my luck, my computer had caught a virus, so I had to restart everything. I saved all the data that I could from everything me and Full Metal Dipper did. I printed the scripts. Well, I printed 2, actually, for a particular reason. But the script, the barely finished script, made its way into my scrapped binder. I've been writing down scripts and putting them in binders, and I've been recently trying to find as much old media as I can to basically archive everything that I had an idea for, or end up not happening. And it's in there right now. I am honestly quite sad that we didn't finish the movie. I would be willing right now. I would have been really be willing to write that to make that movie if we finished the script, then animated the movie. No, wait. Voiced the movie, and then I would have animated it and do to the best of my abilities to make this movie possible. But right now, I don't want to touch it. I might touch it in the future. I might get somebody to replace Full Metal Dipper. The future is really unknown right now. I'm just in a hurt state right now. I'm sad that I'm never going to see one of my best friends again until the end. It's really sad. And again, he wasn't really that old either. He was 24 or 25, I can't remember. And I just haven't had that much courage. I'm not myself lately. I would be working on multiple projects. I have multiple projects in the works, but I just can't really find the motivation. I'm in that state right now where I can't animate a lot. I have been trying to push myself to at least animate the stuff that Full Metal Dipper was in left. And now you're probably wondering, D to the B, what will be the last Full Metal Dipper related projects? The stuff we filmed was a small few, but projects that are doable. We have Autism Wars Season 3, which I already got the first episodes on there. I just have to work on the last 2. And that series is slated to come out November and probably end somewhere in December or 2025. And then there's Modified Plants 2. If you don't know, Modified Plants was a film that I worked on during high school, and Full Metal Dipper had gladly participated in that movie. He was willing to be a part of it. I forgot to mention that story. Then we got to... then we also have the Fin Squad series, which, again, I'm debating if I should make. I'm kind of leaning towards do it and just make it a limited series. We had some plans, but obviously those plans are going to have to change, so it doesn't feel like... So I don't stretch out the series and ended up having to replace him. And then there's Maul, Traitor of the Sith, the one I'm working on right now, as I said before. And that's really about it. I can name some projects that he was also wanted to be a part of, both filming and videos. Let's get to the videos. Me, Full Metal Dipper, and Elsa C are going to do a video explaining why TikTok kind of sucks. Yeah, that's my controversial opinion. I find TikTok overrated. I probably lost half my fan base for saying that, but that's just my opinion. Full Metal Dipper also wanted to participate in my Black Adam review, basically ripping the absolute shred. We had a scrapped thumbnail. I'm saying it's scrapped because my previous iPad had died. So I'm going to have to do that thumbnail again and do the review on my own. And what else? Full Metal Dipper and me were considering doing another one chip challenge again. I would have invited him to the house at some point and we would have done that. And I think that's about it, really. Oh, we were also considering doing some collab gameplays together. Like some we were considering Transformers Reactivate. We were thinking about maybe the Lego games, if I'm remembering right. I can't remember exactly. And also the Skylanders franchise. But unfortunately, none of those are going to happen. I'm still going to make them on my own, no doubt about it, but the collabs that me and him had planned were never going to happen. He also wanted to participate in a Cooking with Devin episode where we work together to cook something. I was open to the idea, but again, not going to happen now. I really miss you, Metal Dipper. You were a bigger influence on this channel. You were supportive with this channel. You were very funny, and we loved laughing at random things and jokes we made. There was just a lot me and Full Metal Dipper wanted to do, but now we can't do it. And it sucks, but it's life. And I know Full Metal Dipper would want me to move on and continue what I'm doing. But right now I'm just in a state where I don't think I can, but I'm forcing myself to as much as I can. Next year is going to be hard for me. And next week. It depends when I release this video. By the time of this video, Full Metal Dipper's funeral has not happened yet, but it will be on Wednesday, so I'll be participating in that. I've been also working on a slideshow for Full Metal Dipper for his funeral. Me and Full Metal Dipper's mom had gotten into contact, and we basically discussed some things. She really appreciated the tribute that I gave Full Metal Dipper / Alex. And yeah. So yeah, that was the full life story of me and Full Metal Dipper. To beginning to end. Oh, I also got contact with another YouTuber that knew Full Metal Dipper, and they were going to do a video together. That was also a thing that happened after Full Metal Dipper's passing. And I also plan to participate in a live stream with that other YouTuber, basically discussing the full life of me and Full Metal Dipper. And basically explaining the good times we had. Alright. I'm sorry I wasted your time with this video. The ones who really appreciated Full Metal Dipper will like this video. But to the fans who wanted me to talk about Transformers, Star Wars, or any of that other stuff, I am so sorry for this, but it needed to be done. We really miss you, Full Metal Dipper. We really miss you. We will see each other again. And I can't wait to meet each other again. Bye, everyone.